The first thing that hits you when you land in Beijing isn't the noise, it's the atmosphere. It feels heavy with history, yet alive with motion. The air carries the faint scent of roasted chestnuts and car exhaust, mingled with something ancient, like the whisper of dynasties past. As you drive into the city, the morning light paints everything in soft gold. The curved rooftops of temples, the sleek glass of new towers, the endless streams of bicycles weaving through traffic like a choreographed dance. It's chaotic and calm all at once. Beijing isn't just a city you visit. It's one that pulls you in and doesn't let go. Every sound tells a story. The clatter of chopsticks in a noodle shop, the rhythmic sweep of a street cleaner's broom, the echo of footsteps along stone walls that have stood for centuries. There's something magnetic about this place, something that makes you feel small and infinite at the same time. Maybe it's the way history breathes here, alive, not as a museum, but as part of everyday life. Standing in Tiananmen Square as the sun rises, you can sense the pulse of a civilization that's seen emperors rise and fall, revolutions ignite, and a new nation take shape. Yet beyond all the politics and power, there's a quiet soul to this city. It hides in the early morning mist, in the steam rising from street food stalls, and in the faces of locals hurrying to work. This is Beijing, the beating heart of China, where time doesn't just pass, it lingers. Beijing sits quietly yet powerfully in the northern plains of China, its name meaning Northern Capital, a reminder of its role at the heart of the nation's story. Surrounded by gentle mountains to the north and west, and opening into the flat, fertile plains to the south and east, the city feels perfectly placed between nature's protection and civilization's progress. For centuries, these natural barriers have guarded emperors, warriors, and scholars, shaping Beijing into a fortress of both power and culture. Today, Beijing is more than just the capital, it is the pulse of China. Every decision that shapes the country's future begins here. The city is where ancient dynasties once rose, where modern skyscrapers now stand as symbols of ambition, and where history and innovation meet face to face. It's a place that connects the past and future in one breath. Yet, beyond the politics and monuments, Beijing represents something deeper. It's the rhythm of daily life, the hum of electric bikes on Chang'an Avenue, the chatter of students near university campuses, the echo of music spilling from hidden tea houses. It's a capital city that doesn't just belong to the government, it belongs to its people. Beijing is both a center of power and a living museum, a stage where the story of China continues to unfold with every sunrise. To understand Beijing, you have to walk backward through time. The city's roots reach nearly 3,000 years into the past, a timeline that feels almost impossible to grasp. Before the gleaming towers and the roar of traffic, this was a place of emperors and warriors, poets and dreamers. Once called Ji, then Yanjing, it became the seat of dynasties whose names still echo through Chinese history: Yuan, Ming, and Qing. Each left its fingerprint on the city's soul, carving stories into its stone walls, shaping the skyline with temples and palaces that still stand today. The Mongols under Kublai Khan made Beijing their capital in the 13th century, laying the foundation for a city that would blend steppe power with Chinese artistry. The Ming dynasty later rebuilt it with grand symmetry, the forbidden city at its heart, guarded by moats, gates, and towering red walls. Here, emperors ruled under the mandate of heaven, believing their destiny was written in the stars. The Qing dynasty followed, adding its own layers of art and culture, gardens filled with whispering pines, bridges of marble, and halls where decisions shaped the fate of a nation. But Beijing's story didn't end with the fall of the empire. In the 20th century, the city became the stage for revolution and rebirth. The old capital witnessed both destruction and renewal, from the fall of the imperial system to the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949. Today, when you walk its streets, you don't just see history, you feel it. The past is not gone here. It walks beside you, in every alleyway, every gate, every gust of wind that sweeps across Tiananmen Square. Beijing is a city where the past and present live side by side, like old friends who never stop talking. At dawn, parks across the city awaken with quiet movement. elderly men practicing Tai Chi with slow, deliberate grace, women dancing in small circles to soft music from portable speakers, and children chasing kites that flutter against the pale morning sky. There's a sense of rhythm in these scenes, a calm counterpoint to the city's relentless pace. It's here that you first feel the heartbeat of Beijing, not in its monuments, but in its people. Walk into the hutongs, the narrow alleyways that thread through the city like veins. Behind gray brick walls, you'll find traditional courtyard homes, their doors painted red for luck, their windows adorned with paper cuttings that tell stories of family and fortune. In these tight-knit neighborhoods, neighbors share gossip over steaming bowls of noodles, play cards in the open air, and hang laundry that sways gently above parked bicycles. The hutongs are where time slows down, where Beijing's old soul still whispers in every shadow. Yet just a few miles away, the rhythm shifts. The modern Beijing hums with ambition. Office towers rise over bustling districts like Chaoyang, and sleek cafes fill with young professionals tapping on laptops, sipping milk tea, and dreaming big. This is a generation that moves fast, connected to the world, but grounded in something uniquely Chinese. They wear sneakers instead of silk slippers, but they carry the same resilience and pride that have always defined this city. Everywhere you look, tradition and modernity overlap. The call of a street vendor selling roasted sweet potatoes beside a luxury boutique, the sound of a bicycle bell mingling with the purr of electric cars, the smell of incense from an old temple drifting across a high-speed railway. Beijing doesn't choose between old and new, it embraces both. It is a living conversation between centuries, spoken every day in the language of its people. In Beijing, food isn't just something you eat, it's a story you taste. Every bite carries the memory of centuries, a recipe passed through generations, a moment shared between strangers and friends. And at the heart of that story lies the city's most famous dish, Peking duck. You can smell it before you see it. The scent of roasting duck skin, caramelized to a perfect golden crisp, drifting through the air like an open invitation. In traditional kitchens, the ducks hang inside glowing ovens, their fat dripping and sizzling as the skin turns lacquer shiny. When served, the chef slices it with precision, each piece paper thin, served alongside warm pancakes, sweet bean sauce, and fresh slivers of spring onion. The first bite is unforgettable. The crunch of the skin, the tenderness of the meat, and the sweet savory balance that tells you, unmistakably, you are in Beijing. But the city's flavors stretch far beyond its iconic duck. Wander through the evening food stalls of Fujing and you'll find an entire world sizzling on skewers, lamb seasoned with cumin and chili, candied fruit glistening on sticks, and even fried scorpions for the curious and the brave. In the morning, follow the locals to a hutong breakfast shop for jianbing, a crispy egg pancake folded with herbs, hoisin sauce, and chili paste. Or head to Ghost Street, Guijia, where red lanterns glow all night long over rows of hot pot restaurants that never seem to sleep. Beijing's food scene is a mirror of its people, bold, complex, and endlessly evolving. Whether you're dining under chandeliers in a high-end restaurant or sitting on a tiny plastic stool by a street vendor, you're tasting the same spirit, a deep love for flavor, for gathering, for life itself. Here, meals are never rushed. They are rituals of connection, the kind that linger long after the last bite. If you want to feel the full weight of Beijing's history, start by standing on the stones of the Great Wall. Just an hour outside the city, the wall winds over the mountains like a dragon's spine, disappearing and reappearing through the mist. The most popular sections, Badaling and Muxianyu, have been carefully restored, offering breathtaking views that make you feel both powerful and humble. As you climb higher, the noise of the modern world fades away, replaced by the whisper of the wind and the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Looking out across the endless ridges, you realize this isn't just a monument. It's a message from the past, reminding us how far human hands can reach when driven by determination. Back in the city, Beijing's heart beats within the Forbidden City, a vast maze of red walls, golden roofs, and courtyards that once held the secrets of emperors. Walk through the Meridian Gate, and you enter another era. The marble bridges, the carved dragon motifs, the smell of incense in the air, they all carry the weight of a civilization that ruled for half a millennium. Just beyond lies Tiananmen Square, vast and symbolic, where history has been written and rewritten in the open air. Standing there, under the vast sky, you feel the immensity of time pressing in. But Beijing is not all grandeur and ceremony. To the south, the Temple of Heaven offers a different kind of beauty, one of harmony and peace. Locals still gather here at dawn to sing, to dance, to play instruments, filling the temple grounds with laughter and song. And to the northwest, the Summer Palace stretches out like a living painting. Shimmering lakes, willow trees swaying, pavilions rising like brushstrokes of color against the sky. Rent a small boat and glide across Kunming Lake, and you'll understand why emperors once came here to escape the burden of rule. And then, there are the places most travelers never see. Tucked behind narrow hutongs are secret courtyards turned into cozy tea houses, where the scent of jasmine fills the air and time seems to stop. In the 798 Art Zone, a former industrial complex reborn as a creative district, you'll find walls splashed with color, galleries alive with modern Chinese art, and cafes buzzing with conversation. These hidden corners reveal a side of Beijing that's youthful, daring, and endlessly creative, proof that this ancient city still has new stories to tell. Beijing rewards the curious traveler, but only if you know how to move with its rhythm. The best time to visit is spring, from March to May, or autumn, from September to October. In spring, the air feels new again. Peach blossoms bloom across temple courtyards, and soft sunlight drapes the city in gold. Autumn brings crisp air and skies so clear they look painted, making it the perfect season to climb the Great Wall or stroll through the Summer Palace without the summer crowds. Winters are dry and cold, often dusted with snow, while summers can be humid and bustling, but every season here carries its own kind of magic. Getting around the city is surprisingly easy. Beijing's subway system is clean, efficient, and vast, like veins connecting every corner of the capital. It's often faster than taxis, and the signs are bilingual, so you'll never feel too lost. Pick up a rechargeable transit card, or simply use Alipay or WeChat Pay, which are accepted almost everywhere, from metro gates to small snack stalls. Just remember to carry your passport. You'll need it for hotel check-ins, train tickets, and even certain attractions. And if you don't speak Mandarin, don't worry. Translation apps go a long way here, and a friendly smile bridges most language gaps. When it comes to where to stay, Chaoyang District offers convenience and modern comforts, close to art spaces, embassies, and nightlife. If you prefer charm over luxury, look for hutong ghost houses near Nanlo Guxiang or Shikahai. There, you'll wake up to the sound of birds and the smell of steamed buns from a nearby vendor. Average daily budgets vary widely, but mid-range travelers can expect around $80, $120 a day, including meals, transportation, and lodging. Street food is cheap, safe, and delicious, and sometimes it's the best meal you'll have in the city. Beijing can be overwhelming at first. The scale, the noise, the pace, but don't try to conquer it. Let it come to you. Wander slowly through a park at sunrise. Sit quietly in a tea house as the rain begins to fall. Talk with locals. They'll tell you stories you won't find in any guidebook. And when the haze settles over the skyline, don't rush indoors. Look closely, because even through the mist, Beijing glows. It's not just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. As the sun slips below the horizon, Beijing exhales. The rush of the day softens, the light shifts, and the city takes on a glow that feels almost cinematic. Streetlights flicker to life, painting long golden trails on the old hutong walls. Neon signs hum over busy intersections, and the scent of sizzling food begins to fill the air. Grilled lamb, sweet chestnuts, and peppery hot pot broth simmering somewhere down the alley. Night in Beijing isn't quiet. It's alive in a slower, softer way, like a heartbeat you can feel, even if you can't hear it. Start your evening at Houhai Lake, where the water mirrors strings of lanterns and the sound of live music drifts from bars along the shore. Locals ride bicycles past couples walking hand in hand, the air cool and tinged with laughter. A little further away, Wangfujing Night Market bursts with color, vendors calling out cheerfully, skewers sizzling, lights flashing like a festival that never ends. You might try a candied hawthorn stick, still warm with syrup, and realize how something so simple can taste like a memory. For a different view, Head to the Olympic Park at night. The Bird's Nest Stadium glows softly, its steel weave illuminated against the dark sky, while the water cube shimmers in blues and purples. It's quiet now, but there's something majestic about seeing these icons resting peacefully after years of roaring crowds. And if you wander into Sanlitun, the nightlife district, you'll find the city's younger pulse: rooftop bars, street performers, and music pouring out of every doorway. Beijing at night is not about what you see, but how it makes you feel, a sense that this vast, ancient city still dreams after dark. And sometimes, the best nights are the simplest. Sitting in a small tea house with paper lanterns glowing above you, sipping jasmine tea as the sound of rain begins to fall on the tiled roofs. Or walking down a narrow alley, the hum of a radio playing an old Mandarin love song. In these quiet moments, you feel Beijing breathing, a city that, even when the world sleeps, keeps its heart wide awake. Every great city holds a few secrets, little details that don't make it into guidebooks but stay with you long after you leave. Beijing is no exception. Beneath its grand palaces and sprawling boulevards, it hides countless stories that reveal its personality: humorous, humble, and sometimes poetic. One of my favorite little facts is that Beijing's hutongs once followed a strict hierarchy of width and direction. The wider the alley, the higher the status of the residents. Imperial officials lived in the broad lanes near the Forbidden City, while artisans and merchants made their homes in narrower side alleys. Even today, if you wander through a hutong, you're walking through what was once a social map of the empire, where architecture whispered about power, family, and destiny. Then there's the story of the Temple of Heaven's Echo Wall, a perfect circle of polished stone that carries whispers from one end to the other. Two people can stand over 60 meters apart, speak softly, and still hear each other as if they were side by side. Locals say lovers used to meet there, sharing secrets that no one else could hear. Scientists might call it acoustics, but to Beijing, it's something closer to magic. And of course, there's the city's love affair with bicycles. Decades ago, Beijing was known as the Kingdom of Bicycles, and even now, despite subways and electric cars, that spirit remains. Late at night, you'll see streams of shared bikes gliding past ancient gates, quiet, colorful, and oddly graceful, like a moving painting of modern life meeting old tradition. Finally, here's something every traveler loves to hear. Beijing offers 144-hour visa-free transit for visitors from dozens of countries. That means 6 full days to explore this living museum without a visa, 6 days to taste, wander, and listen. It's as if the city itself is saying, "Come see me, even if only for a moment." Because in Beijing, even a short visit can feel timeless. As your time in Beijing comes to an end, you'll realize something quietly profound. This city doesn't just live in its landmarks or its history books. It lives in the small, fleeting moments that somehow stay with you. The first light over the rooftops of the hutongs, the distant echo of a street performer's flute, the steam rising from a bowl of noodles on a cold morning, the soft sound of a bicycle wheel turning as the city slowly wakes up. These are the threads that weave the real story of Beijing, one that you carry long after you've left. Before you go, take one last walk through the old streets. Look up at the red lanterns swaying above narrow alleys. Listen to the laughter spilling from a courtyard. Smell the faint trace of incense and roasted chestnuts in the evening air. It's in these sensory details, the ones that never make it onto postcards, that you truly meet the spirit of this city. Beijing isn't perfect, but it's honest. It's alive. It's a place that refuses to stand still, even as it holds onto its soul. And when you think back on your journey, you'll remember not just what you saw, but how this place made you feel. The awe, the warmth, the strange familiarity of being somewhere entirely different, yet deeply human. That's what travel is all about. Not just seeing, but feeling. If this journey through Beijing has inspired you, don't let it end here. There are countless other cities, stories, and souls waiting to be discovered. Subscribe to My City Journey, share this video with a fellow traveler, and join us next week as we explore another corner of the world. One story, one heartbeat, one city at a time. Because travel isn't about crossing miles, it's about connecting hearts.